In 1914, I was the first black undertaker in Alton and a proud member of the Campbell Chapel AME Church. I remember a newspaper called the St. Louis Call, which awarded me the bronze mare with 69,060 votes. Back in 1930, my nearest competitor only had 20,000. Go figure, Mr. Popularity. I guess people like the idea of me being bronze mayor, so they enjoyed the idea of me chairing committees for change in our community. It was stated that because of my award as bronze mayor, that I was a representative of our city's colored populace in public life.
I was known as a natural leader with a distinctive personality. And if I do say so, in my young womanhood, I was quite the power in Alton society. Many said that I had this quality and ambition that could have raised me into great prominence had I pursued that course. But I never schooled myself in the rigid drudgery that is necessary to develop that power that spells success. I did, however, engage in many activities that were considered inappropriate for young ladies to do at that time, and I encouraged my large circle of friends to follow. You might call me a women's rights activist.
And our country as a whole was trying to become one again after that long and bitter war between the states. In New York, any man of property, regardless of his ancestry, was granted suffrage, but women still could not vote. And although my family supported my siblings and me in our pursuit of education, it was still expected that when I became of age, I would get married, have children, and for the rest of my life, support my husband in what he chose to do with his life.
Circulation was small because the community was much smaller. Daily circulation was about 528, and weekly circulation was 1,224. As I moved up to editor, I saw it as my role in the community to be a booster for business. I supported the 5 mills that were operating in Alton, and I advocated a new wagon road from Alton to Grafton along the river, rather than a railroad as some people were advocating at the time. It was a hard time economically for Alton in the last quarter of the 19th century. In 1880, a railroad strike had created economic stagnation throughout the area, including St. Louis. So I saw it as important to try to revive a good business climate.
Well, I was appalled at the attempted use of trying to steal the Drummond name and to try to make money off of it themselves. So being this is Madison County, I immediately hired an attorney and we went to court. And I filed suit, arguing that they had no right to commandeer the good name of Drummond. Well, we fought the good fight, and the Telegraph took their side, of course. And we went all the way to the Illinois Supreme Court, where they ruled that I had no right to the Drummond name, as my brother's name was also Drummond, and he could use it as he saw fit. So we lost that battle.
Well, we had to leave our home in Alton, but not before my mother and my father threw one of the largest parties that the whole town had known. It was written up in the papers that over 125 invitations went out, and not a single one was declined.
Orphaned, abandoned children were placed into new homes throughout the country in what became known as the Orphan Train Movement. The name deriving from the children's situations, though not all of them were orphans, and the mode of transportation used to move them across 47 states.
There's one role that I love to play every year, and that was Santa Claus. You see, I was the only Santa Claus that could jump into a helicopter and be flown down the Mississippi River to wave to the children to see their smiles and laughters and them crying out, Santa Claus. World War II comes around and they found me re-enlisted into the Navy, where my duties were to entertain the troops, the ship's library, and the stuff people didn't want to do, like the mess hall.
And over a period of time, I had earned a substantial amount of real estate. I also was, because of my ability to teach in the field and my reputation for accuracy and timely surveying, earning a good reputation with the general land offices in Washington, D.C. Now, after about 30 years in the field, I was tired of traveling, so I wanted some more stationary work, so I signed on as a deputy clerk for the Missouri-Illinois District of Surveyors.